recognized by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization as a World Heritage Site. This and many more were the recommendations of researchers at a two-day workshop where archaeologists made their public findings using light detection and laser light. Our correspondent Olutayo Famous Cole has more details in this report.
Sungbo Eredo is the world's largest earth enclosure. It's an immense ditch and bank earthwork located in Ekpe, encompassing a circumference of 170 kilometers that defines the core of the Yoruba Ijebu Kingdom. This remarkable structure spans Lagos and Ogun states, surrounding the city of Ijebu-Ode in southwestern Nigeria. This gathering, made up of researchers, is a project work in collaboration with the United States Mission and other development partners, seeking to unveil its findings from the first ever archaeological laser light survey on the monument.
I would be overjoyed if it eventually made it to UNESCO. It would put it on par with the pyramids, in Egypt, with the Great Wall of China, things of that nature. So it's a real treasure and something that should be preserved.
But it's evident that it is an Anthropocenic future stuff. It's a man-made earthwork. It's not geological, it's not naturally occurring, it is a man-made space. So, and the first thing that could come to anybody's mind is that this is built to create an enclosure for security, maybe for certain controls of movement of maybe man and animal. These are hypotheses that we can put forward, but obviously we know that this was built for a purpose in the medieval period, because the date we have shows that these were medieval era construction.
This event is also a significant milestone in the conservation and promotion efforts of this historical monument. It's the longest single pre-industrial territorial earthwork known in Africa and beyond, encompassing approximately 1,000 square kilometers. Experts here say the data collected will be used to generate public interest in the conservation and preservation of the monument.
Problems, right? There are problems of conservation. There are problems with timber being cut, right, and left in there, making it very difficult for people to come and visit. This is supposed to be one of the main points where Nigerians and other tourists come and see the Eredo. That's one of the few places where you can see it. And as you can see, it's more and more difficult to kind of maneuver inside and move and complicated, all right? So we are calling for some efforts to be made to keep this place accessible and to keep it in shape so that, future generation can still admire it and be impressed by it.
Unfortunately, in this part of the world, we don't cherish what we have. We don't appreciate what we have. The Eredo is a potential money-spending thing for Lagos and Ogun State government in tourism, but it's been abandoned. It's been depleted. When we got to that place yesterday, I was sad because we need to protect this. If foreign government can be providing funds for us to do this job, and those our government are not taking active part in preserving them, it is sad.
Participants at this two-day workshop are also calling on governments not to let the findings from the first ever archaeological light survey and laser light data go in vain. They call for sustained efforts at ensuring the preservation of the monument and its recognition by the United Nations Educational, Cultural and Scientific Organization.
This work will go a long way in enriching research activities as well as provide needed information for policymakers. I look forward, therefore, to seeing the impact of your efforts and the stories that will unfold as a result of this significant undertaking.
It's a project that has been something that is agitating our minds. Even the state government has not been able to finance it. So if the American government is now showing interest That's a big one. Not just for Eredo, not just for Ekpe, but for the entire lake.
Ekpe will be, we grow, tremendously, and income will come into Ekpe. And I think Ekpe should take that challenge and correct everything they say is wrong about people destroying the monument.
They hope that government will act with urgency and prevent encroachment on the site, which is gradually becoming a dump site. Oluta Famous Co.